Well, well, you know, so how it goes about where to keep training or want to go back to town. So ridiculous. Your son so ridiculous. By the way, she called me, I didn't call her. And she, she's out of the surgery of 13, 14 hours, and she needs somebody to work with her. I'm going to say no. I'm going to see who did I call before or after. Whether it's not anything not to go with me, I don't think it's me go better in the corner. So when I think I also did it. I usually have always sometimes. I go to the corner and put somebody else. I also did it, I couldn't leave my house. And she was already there, standing in the peaceful. That's why I said, I don't have it, well.
Jorge,
Buenas noches, ¿cómo está?
bien, gracias. Oh my God, it's a short class. Very good. Very short class.
Ujú. Estoy aquí con mi primo. Déjame que le conteste y después te llamo. Te contesto.
¿Cómo no? Yeah, yeah. Hello.
Good evening, everybody. We're on Mem Aleph 51.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, Nun Aleph.
No, yeah.
Nun Aleph. Rabbi Yossi Omer, Daya Kiniblas Behemoth Torah. Sheshchitosa mitaharesa v'lo malikasa. We try to learn a limud from the fact that when you shech the behemoth, that's a treifa, so it removes it from any tumah. So, and we want to say the same thing for malika by kotshim, because that's the process by which we can eat the meat. However, Rabbi Yossi says you can't compare shkita to malika, but comes out that Rabbi Meir is learning combination of a binyan and a kavachomer. However, velohi, it's not so. Hosum teve havi mishchita de chulin kostin. This limud was shechting a chulin animal, not a kotchim animal. And like we said, kavachomer and binyan can be learned by chulin. It's only kotchim that's an exception. Then we said dover alami b'binyanav, something that's learned initially from a binyanav. Maushi alami behekesh v'gzer shava v'kavachomer binyanav. Can you then turn around if A learned to be through a binyanav, can B learn to see through a hekesh or gzer shava or kavachomer? So pshat mehachada. At least we can answer one of these. We have a whole sugya, a list of things that are normally puzzle to place on the mizbeach, but if you did place it on the mizbeach, you don't take it off the mizbeach. For example, meat that stayed overnight, lon, or meat that became tameh, or meat that was yotze, that was taken out of azara, or nishchat chutz lizmanu chutz l'mkomo, or somebody whose puzzle was makabelit or did the zrika. Right. So ne'ma amru lan bedam kosher. If the blood was left beyond the 24 hours and yet it was placed on his back, we don't take it off. There's a reason. Sharei lon be'emur in kosher. How do I know the lon be'emur in kosher? Sharei lon be'basar bas kosher. For example, there is meat of a shlamim that you're allowed to eat for 2 days and a night. So that establishes a precedent that something that is lon could stay on the mizbeach. Same thing, yotze. Something that's been removed from the azara. If you place it on the mizbeach, you don't take it off. Why? Hoil v'yotze kosher b'bama. There was many years, the 14 years when the Mishkan was in Gilgal, the 57 years in Novin Givon, when it was permitted to bring a korban in a bama, which is outside of the azara. Also, something that is tameh that is placed on the mizbeach, you don't take it off. Why? Hoil v'huter b'avodas tzibur. There are times if the tzibur has to bring a korban, like the korban Pesach, that if 51% of the public is tameh, you can bring the korban in a state of tumah. Chutz lizmano, if something was chutz lizmano, hoil meratzalin pigulo. Since a chutz lizmano machshava creates pigul, there would be no chalos pigul without chutz lizmano. And chutz l'mkomo hoel v'hukish l'chutz lizmano. So that will work as well, that if you put it on the mizbech, you don't take it off. Kiblu psulim v'zarku damon, if somebody who's not a Kohen did the Kabbalah, did the Zrika, you don't take it off. Because b'hanech psulim d'chazor lavod tzibur. For example, a Kohen Tomei is allowed to work on the Korbanei Tzibur. Well, this is a limud that comes from a binyanav, which is teaching to another binyanav, because the din of lan be'imurim is learned by binyanav, and now you're teaching it as a binyanav to dam. Now the Gemara wants to know, how can you say that a murim, that is prohibited to leave him over 24 hours, and you're learning it from meat of a shlamim that's allowed to eat it for 2 days? You're learning something about the emurim from something that is kosher to eat the shlamim meat for 2 days. So the Gemara says, Tana mizos taras ha'ola. Riba and samichle. It's marbet, even these things, these psulim that lo yardu, but it's through a smichas and psukim, but not through a binyan of it. Period. Then we said the various chatos that are done inside the heichal, like the par yom kippurim, the par elam dover shul tzibur. You have blood remaining after you gave the zrikas adam on the mizbech hazav inside. Shiari adam, you have to pour on the yesod, the western yesod of the outside mizbech. My time, Abra kra, el yesod mizbach haolah pesach al moed. Now, what is the part of the mizbech that's closest to the ol moed? Hahu to Poga Beresha to the Yesod. Now it says 3 times by these Dam HaChatas on the inside, El Yesod Mizbach Ola. It says Bepar Kohen Mashiach. When the Kohen Gadol has to bring a par. Bepar Elam Dover of Tzibur. And the Soyer Nosi, that is unique because that all of the dam is applied on the Mizbeach HaChitzon for that one. So Ton Rabbanon, it says by the Par Kohen Mashiach, V'es kol adam yishpoch el yisod Mizbach HaOlah. V'lo el yisod Mizbach HaPnimi. The Mizbach HaPnimi where we do the Zrikas Adam, we don't pour the blood on that yisod, you pour it on the yisod on the external Mizbeach. Then it says Paralem Dover el yisod Mizbach HaOlah. Even though we could have learned it from Par Kohen Mashiach, Ein lo yisod lapnimi atzmo. To teach you that the Mizbech HaPnimi doesn't even have a yisod. Why does it say for the 3rd time by the Soyer Nosi, where all of its blood is applied on the Mizbech HaChitzon? It says, Ves damo yishpoch al yisod Mizbach HaOlah, tein yisod leMizbach shel Olah. That all of these bloods, that when you pour the shirayim on that mizbech, you pour the shirayim on the yisod. Maybe only when you do the zrika, the dam of an ola, on the kadons mizbech, you need yisod. On Rav Yishmael, no. Kal v'chomer. Ma shirayim she'en mechaprin. Pouring the leftover blood, there's no kapara with that. Yet to unin yisod, the Torah requires pouring it on the yisod. Tchila sola, the original zrikas of Adam on the karnos hamizbech of an ola, which is shemechaperes eno din she'uni yisod. It should be done on a mizbech that has a yisod. Amr Rav Akiva, ma shirayim, pouring the shirayim on the yisod of the dam ha'ola, the yisod of the dam ha'ola on the yisod, she'ein mechaperin. They don't have the ability to mechaper. Ve'ein bo'am mechapar. To uni yisod requires yisod. Tchilas ola shemechaperos u'bal chapara. The zrikas dam of an ola that it atones. Eino din she'tu'uni yisod. So certainly the shirayim should be poured on the yisod, and the mizbeach that you put the blood on should have yisod. Im kein matam lomar. Why does the Torah go ahead and repeat al yisod mizbach ha'ola? Tein yisod le'mizbach shel ola. To make sure that the mizbech ha'ola on the outside has a yisod. That's the baraisa. So we're going to analyze the baraisa. Amar Mar. It says by the Par Kohen Gadol, V'yas kol adam yishpoch yisod mizbach ha'ola. V'lo yisod mizbach ha'pnimi. The shirayim are not poured on the yisod of the inner mizbech, but rather on the outside mizbech. The Gemara wants to know how you could learn it for that reason. Yeah, you need it to say that where you have to pour the blood. So the Gemara says, Asher mi Pesach ol moed nafka. We just said when it says you have to do it right when you come out of the Pesach ol moed, well, that's the closest. It says in the Baraisa, Yisod Mizbach ha'olah. That's by Yisod in Nasi. Ten Yisod leMizbech shel olah. You have to pour the shirayim that is on the Yisod that was poured on the Mizbach olah, because the soil of the Nasi is shechted, and the Zrika is also done on the kronos of the Mizbech olah. The Isal Gedaitich Kiddichsiv Hani Lamali Kra. What do you need these psukim for? L'shirayim, that you have to pour any remaining blood on the Yisod of the Mizbach olah, not inside. Now, why do I need that regarding the shirayim? Habroi avidlu. Everything is done on the outside. Why do I need a special pasuk to tell me nothing is done on the inside by the Sur and Nasi? Why would I have a havamina that the shirayim of the blood that the Nasi brings should be poured on the inside? V'chi temeda apich meipech. Maybe because I would have thought he would have doing the operas, the braila gavoy, the blood that goes on the outside has to be brought on the inside, and vice versa. The blood on the inside goes on the outside. Ha'en lo yisad pnimi atzmo. There is no yisod to the inside mizbech, so we wouldn't have such avamina. So it comes to teach me that shiraim of the sarnas has to be poured on the yisod of the mizbach ha'ol on the outside. Okay, we'll stop here.
Very short daf this stuff.
Short daf.
Okay. Okay.
Tomorrow,